So today we're going to share a little story. Story day. Yep. I used to live in a neighborhood, East Cleveland. So, it was part of East Cleveland. Miles, Broadway, Avenue area in Cleveland. For those who may know it, you know it. I lived over that neighborhood for 25 years. And it's just another world over there. It's so this was back in early 2000s, I believe. Maybe like 2002. Can't remember quite the year. So the story begins at around 11 o'clock at night, I believe. I was in the kitchen, and I live next door to a car lot. And in my kitchen, I could see, I have a 6-foot privacy fence, and I could see over the fence into the whole car lot. I could see the whole thing. And the car lot does have alarms and everything on it. And I was in the kitchen. I'm not quite sure what I was doing at that time. But I look out my window. And now, picture it this way. In a black and white movie like 1940s, I don't know, 50s, you know the guys that wear the little teeny beanie black beanies that, I mean, they're real tight and small. All black beanies. So just picture it. Black and white movie with little beanie heads. And I look out there over my fence, and I see these two black beanie heads bopping up and down really fast. And I was laughing. I was like, what are these two comical guys doing at 11, 12 o'clock at night? I'm not exactly sure. It was pitch black. It was late. And I could see their little heads over the fence. Boop, 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 boop. It was hysterical. Now, I'll let you all know. Now, this is winter time, and it is just ice galore out there. So I'm standing there. My ex-husband was standing there with me. We were laughing because it was just the way that they were all trying to crouch down like this, and we knew they were trying to steal cars. It was obvious. But their little heads are just bopping around the whole car, and we're standing there laughing. I don't know why we weren't even on the phone call. I don't know. I guess it was amusement, entertainment. We were laughing so hard because it was just the way it looked. Their heads just boop, 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 boop. Like they were just trying to be so subtle, and we could see it all. It was all lit up. So they're going around from car to car looking, and next thing I know, I see one head go boop, 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 boop. He slipped on the ice, and away he went. It was funny. It was total entertainment for us. So we were watching them, and there's two gates on each side of the car lot. One goes down my front of my house, and one goes down the back alley behind my house. Okay, so they're starting to pull cars out that back gate. So I was okay, finally, maybe I should call the police. He calls the police. Okay. We're standing there, we're still laughing because we're watching them pull these cars out. I'm like, okay, and they're slipping and sliding all over this ice. Trust me, you had to be there because it was just so funny. Because it was like they were just rookies at it. It was just it's like they almost didn't know what they were doing. They were trying really hard, but they were accomplishing it. But they so the police came. They pulled in front of the car lot, and they were sitting on the corner by my street, not by the alley back a ways where they were pulling the cars out, but they were parked at the end of the car lot by my street, towards the other side of the entrance of it. As the police were sitting there, they're pulling cars out of the driveway, and I was like, oh my God. So finally, by the time they got to the one car, the fifth car, my husband, I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to go out there. He ran out there to the police and knocked, hey, they're over here driving the cars out that way. It was so entertaining. I am so sorry, but it is so funny. So in the end, the police finally did. They drove down. They went down our street and around the block. And yeah, 5 cars recovered in an empty lot, or not an empty lot, but there's, I think where they got them, there was a big factory behind that was like, I don't know if it was even up and operating. I'd never seen people there. But I think that's where they were pulling the cars into, was their parking lot. And which would have been perfect because it's very secluded, very dark. I mean, my neighborhood was just one of the best places to commit any crime, to be honest with you. It butt up against some tracks. I mean, it was just, yeah, it was just the place that you could actually get away with stuff. They got the cars. But it was just kind of on a funny thing because the car lot does have alarm system, and it always goes off. Even when the wind blows, the alarm goes off. But that night, that alarm didn't blow off. So we always sat there and wondered, did he set people up to do it? To take these cars off his lot for maybe an insurance job? I don't know what car lots do if they can't. I don't know. It was just a bit odd because we lived there, we had already been there at least 10, 12 years, and that car lot has always, the alarm has always worked, and that one night, that alarm didn't work. So, I don't know, it was just so funny to see, and then in my mind, every time I think about it, I could see it as a little black and white movie with their little heads just bopping up and down, and it was just, and then he just slips on that ice and away he goes. It was, my neighborhood was entertaining. It was fun. It was, you just had to be there, I guess. So that's it. That's it for the car theft robbery gone wrong, because it was just, I wish I could play it in a black and white movie. I really do. I wish I could dress people up as the characters and redo it because it was hysterical. All right, enough for story time. Later.